Speaker, I move that the House suspend the rules and pass
Mississippi.
Mr. Speaker, I move that the House suspend the rules and pass H.R. 5997 as amended.
The clerk will report the title of the bill.
H.R. 5997, a bill to amend the Homeland Security Act of 2002 to codify authority under existing grant guidance authorizing use of Urban Area Security Initiative and State Homeland Security Grant Program funding for enhancing medical preparedness, medical surge capacity, and mass prophylaxis capabilities.
Pursuant to the rule, the gentleman from Florida, Mr. Bilirakis, and the gentleman from Mississippi, Mr. Thompson, each will control 20 minutes. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Florida.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent that all members have 5 legislative days within which to revise and extend their remarks and include any extraneous material on the bill under consideration.
Objection.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, I yield myself as much time as I may consume.
The gentleman is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to support H.R. 5997, the Medical Preparedness Allowable Use Act, a bipartisan bill which amends the Homeland Security Act of 2002 to make it clear that grant funds under the State Homeland Security Grant Program and the Urban Area Security Initiative may be used to enhance medical preparedness and purchase medical countermeasures. I introduced H.R. 5997 after a series of hearings on medical countermeasures in the Committee on Homeland Security Subcommittee on Emergency Preparedness, Response, and Communications. At these hearings, we received testimony from representatives of the emergency response community on the importance of stockpiling medical countermeasures in the event of WMD attack. This includes pre-deployment medical kits for first responders and their families, similar to those provided to postal workers participating in the National U.S. Postal Medical Countermeasures Dispensing Pilot Program. The grant guidance for the State Homeland Security Grant Program and the Urban Area Security Initiative currently permits this funding to be used to procure medical countermeasures and for other medical preparedness and medical surge capacity equipment and activities. However, this guidance is developed on an annual basis, and there is no guarantee that these uses will be authorized in the future. To be clear, this bill does not create a new grant program or authorize new funding. It simply ensures that these activities will remain allowable uses under SHISH-GAP and UASI. As the WMD Commission noted in its report, Mr. Speaker, the world at risk, it is more likely than not that there will be a weapon of mass destruction used someplace on Earth by a terrorist group before the end of the year 2013, and that this is more likely that this weapon will be biological rather than nuclear. The expenditures authorized and codified by the bill we are considering today can make a difference in the protection of the public, including emergency responders, in the event of such an attack, and there should be no doubt that grant funding may be used to support them now and in the future. As the chairman of the Subcommittee of Emergency Preparedness, Response, and Communications, I consistently find myself in awe of our first responders and the sacrifices that they make on behalf of our public. In the wake of events such as Hurricane Sandy, I am committed to ensuring Congress does all that it can to support those brave men and women, Mr. Speaker. I am pleased that this legislation is supported by the Emergency Services Coalition on Medical Preparedness, which works to ensure that we protect the protectors. I ask unanimous consent to insert their record of support in the record.
Without objection.
Thank you. With that, I reserve the balance of my time.
Gentleman's time is reserved. Gentleman from Mississippi.